Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome once again to the Windward Buddhist Temple's annual observance of the Buddha Day. We are very fortunate this morning to have as our guest speaker Reverend Takamasa Yamamura of the Honolulu Myohoji Temple. We will begin the service by singing of the Vandana Ti-Sarana. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Buddham saranam gacchami, Dhammam saranam gacchami, Sangham saranam gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda. Today, the Windward Buddhist Temple Sangha has gathered to observe the birthday of Siddhartha Gautama, the Indian prince who became the Buddha Shakyamuni, the awakened one, the sage of the Shakas. Siddhartha was born on the 8th day of April. Soon after his birth, flowers bloomed everywhere. A light, sweet rain fell from the heavens to bathe the body of the newborn baby. In the same way, a special pavilion of flowers was constructed in a basin of sweet tea to bathe the image of the baby Siddhartha. Wonderful indeed is the birth of those who are destined to awaken. Wonderful indeed is the Dharma that seeks to awaken all sentient beings. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda. The sutra for today, while we are pouring sweet tea, is Kanmoku-ge. Aham Kanmoku shonyorai jochi shogun kunokuju gojoku shujo ryoriku dosho nyorai joho shin Keishu Naisho Mogyamon Tenjo Tenne Ryosoku Son Gato Kongi Kudoku Sui Anyoku Nyorai Joho Shin. I pour sweet tea on Buddha, whose great virtues and wisdom help all beings to remove all defilements and be called to mindfulness of Buddha. Thus I bow in reverence to Shakyamuni Buddha, to the great and noble one among all humanity, pouring now this pure sweet tea. Let us praise Shakyamuni, Buddha pure and virtuous. Ahong Kanmoku Shonyorai, Jochi Shogun Kudokunyu, Gojoku Shujo Ryoriku, Dosho Nyorai Hōshōjin, Keishu Naisho Bogyamon, Tenjo Tenge Ryosoku Song, Gato Kong Ikudoku Sui, Angyoku Nyorai Joho Shin. I pour sweet tea on Buddha, whose great virtues and wisdom help all beings to remove all defilements and be called to mindfulness of Buddha. Thus I bow in reverence to Shakyamuni Buddha, to the great and noble one among all humanity, pouring now this pure sweet tea. Let us praise Shakyamuni, Buddha pure and virtuous. Gakong Gangmoku Shonyorai, Joji Shogun Kudokunyu, Gojoku Shujo Ryoriku, Dosho Nyorai Joho Shin, Keishu Naisho Bogyamon, Tenjo Tenge Ryosoku Song, Gato Kongi Kudoku Sui, Kanyoku Nyorai Joho Shin. I pour sweet tea on Buddha, whose great virtues and wisdom help all beings to remove all defilements and be called to mindfulness of Buddha. Thus I bow in reverence to Shakyamuni Buddha, to the great and noble one among all humanity, pouring now this pure sweet tea. Let us praise Shakyamuni, Buddha pure and virtuous. Namanda, 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 namanda. Today's recitation is Homages. Hard it is to be born into human life. Now we are living in it. Difficult it is to hear the teachings of the Blessed One, and now we hear them. If we do not gain emancipation in this present life, we may not be free from ill-faring in the ocean of births and deaths for kalpas. Let us reverently take refuge in the three treasures. We go to the Buddha for guidance, but we always walk in the way that leads to enlightenment. We go to the Dharma for guidance. May we be submerged in the depth of the teachings and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. We go to the Sangha for guidance. May we with all one accord live the life of harmony in the spirit of oneness, free from the bondage of selfishness. Even through myriads of kalpas, hard it is to hear such excellent and profound teachings. Now we are able to hear and receive them. Let us try to understand the Tathagata's teachings. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Aloha everyone. This is a privilege for me to speak for the celebration of the Buddha's birth at the Windward Buddhist Temple. I am Reverend Takamasa Yamamura, Head Minister of Honolulu Myohoji Mission, Nichirenshu Order. Firstly, I am thankful for Reverend Bert Sumikawa and all members and followers of this temple. Thank you for having me on such an important occasion. I was invited to the service last year, but because of the pandemic, my visitation was canceled. This is a virtual meeting, but I'm very, very happy to share with you Buddha's teaching today. How are you understanding Shakyamuni Buddha who had actually appeared in this world? All of us understand that Shakyamuni Buddha was born as a prince of Shakya clan of Kapila Castle. And he died in Kushinagara city at the age of 80. However, it is made clear by the Lotus Sutra, since there is no beginning and no end to the lifetime of Shakyamuni Buddha, his life exists eternally. He has not rested for even an instant, and he is saving humankind. According to the teaching of Buddha, we are the Buddha's children. The Buddha says that all sentient beings are my children. But do you have awareness being the Buddha's child? If we are Buddhist, we should always have the awareness of being the Buddha's children. We are the Buddha's children. Therefore, we have the possibility of becoming the Buddha. We ordinarily feel that we are separate from the Buddha. Don't we feel the Buddha is a great existence that is far away from us? The reality that Buddha is an existence that is always close to us. Buddha said that all sentient beings have Buddha nature. And that is why we are able to hear the Amida Buddha's call from his Pure Land, and we can be assured of being welcome in his Amida's Pure Land. It is a Buddha nature that we all share that make this possible. Please remember the fact. Although we are Buddha's children, but we should experience many sufferings, problems in life, such as illness, such as the sadness of separating from a loved one, and the present pandemic. Pandemic is bringing a lot of suffer to us. However, the Buddha has taught us that all things are transient. Everything is changing. Shogyo Mujo. And because they are transient, our suffering will not continue forever. There will surely come to the time when we can experience joy and happiness. Human life is a repetition of happiness and suffering. Happiness comes, suffering, happiness, suffering. In Buddhism, says samsara. And the Buddha teaches us, even when we are extremely happy, we should not forget to be humble. We should not be overjoyed. And we are suffering, we should know that our suffering will someday come to end, and bear up with that suffering. To live in this world requires humbleness and endurance, patience. If that is so, is there any real happiness in life? Why do we live? Is there any happiness? Yes, there is. That you know, the real happiness is to be received by Amida Buddha at the end of your life. After making sincere effort to live with humbleness and endurance, the Amida Buddha appears at the end of your life. At that time, our physical body will be covered by the great white light of Amida Buddha. So to believe in the final salvation of the Amida Buddha, we must live our lives to the best of our ability to the end of our life. Thank you for listening. Some of you know I am a professional opera singer. So at this auspicious occasion of Buddha's birth, I would like to offer a song for you. The title is Southern Wind, which explains that there is Buddha nature in all of creation. So I would like to introduce my dearest friend and great pianist, Maestro Robert Mondoy. 私のお墓の前で泣かないでください。そこに私はいません。眠ってなんかいません。風になってあの大きな空を 光になって畑に降り注ぐ冬はダイヤのようにきらめく雪になる朝は鳥になってあなたを目覚めさせる夜は星になってあなたを見守る私のお墓の前で泣かないでくださいそこに私はいません死んでなんかいません千の風になってあの大きな空を吹き渡っています千の風千の風になあの大きな空を吹き渡っていますあの大きな空を吹き渡っています。Thank you very much. I have one song for you. I think you know everyone. The 川の流れのように for this auspicious occasion of Buddha's birthday.知らず歩いてきた細く長いこの道振り返れば遥か遠くふるさとが見える人生 ありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。
The Gatha for today is in Lumbini's Garden.
Softly blow the breezes on that summer morn in Lumbini's garden, where the Lord was born. From the earth sprang flowers, birds in water sang, while through earth and heaven streams of music rang.
Namo Amida, Namo Amida, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida, Namo Amida Butsu. With deepest reverence and compassion, we gathered here today in the spirit of Gautama the Buddha, the Enlightened One. Life is one. We are one with the Buddha. We are one with the teachings. We are one in the spirit of universal brotherhood. We resolve to be earnest followers of the Buddha and to dedicate our lives to the way he has pointed out. Then, may we, like him, attain the noblest and the most peaceful state of nirvana. Okay, well, thank you very much for attending this virtual Hanamatsuri Day service. Please join us again next week as we will have another guest speaker, Charlene Kihara, in observance of Isshin-ni and Kakushin-ni Day. Thank you very much and keep well.